Hello and welcome to this first video where we will have the introduction to the course. And in this, I will use the slides that you also have in Canvas, but we have a short agenda for this session is basically to understand what we are going to do in the course. And in this first video, I will try to go quickly through these slides. In the next videos, I will go step by step on the other things that are important. So I will jump a few things, but that's the idea of what we need to do in this first video, in these slides. So first of all, it's about knowing the team, but the team is only me. So I don't know if that's the right word, know the person more than the team. But my name is Miguel Gil. I work as assistant professor in business administration with a focus in accounting. And I am the course responsible and examiner of this module, more than course examiner, module examiner. Here is my phone number. I think it's if you need to contact me, you can send me an SMS or WhatsApp on this number, or you can also send me an email. I think it's usually WhatsApp or SMS is good for quick things. Email is better for a more complex situation. So let me know if there is something that you need, if you have a question, or if there's something quick that you want to tell me, you can send me WhatsApp or SMS. A little bit more about me. In this video, I will try to be brief, but as maybe you recognize by my accent, is that I'm originally from Mexico. My mother tongue is Spanish. I studied at Tec de Monterrey. Maybe you know this university because it has a partnership with JIPS. Actually, maybe some of you did your semester abroad in Mexico, and probably you ended up there. I am from a city called Guadalajara. It's in the west. It's a very Mexican city. Like all the Mexican things come from there, like mariachi, tequila, all of these things. And I studied my bachelor there in Tecnológico de Monterrey, and it was a bachelor in accounting. So at that time, I wanted to be either an auditor or a tax consultant, something like that. But I was working when I was studying, and I realized I didn't like it. So I was a bit sad and frustrated after finishing my bachelor. But then I realized that there is something that was a bit interesting, which is finance. And then I did my master in finance. And that master was a joint program between Mexico and China with Tec de Monterrey and Peking and Fudan universities in China, in Beijing and Shanghai. And I did this master in finance just immediately after I finished. And when I was doing that master, I started also teaching at the university here at Tech. And I realized that I really like teaching. And I also realized that I really like doing research, like trying to answer to questions, like maybe we don't have the answer to them. So the obvious step, instead of going and work in a bank or something like that, was to do a PhD because I like teaching and I liked um, doing research. So I did my PhD, but my PhD is in accounting again, but not in tax or not in auditing. It's in management accounting. And I did my PhD in the UK, in Manchester. And I talking about my history because when I did accounting, I was like a basic accountant, like I know different things about tax, money, all of these things, but I also like performance measurement systems, for example. So I liked also the social part of accounting. Then in finance, I became very numeric, very quant. I became, or I liked more that numerical objective part. But then I missed the human part. So in my PhD, I went back to the qualitative aspects of accounting, like performance measurements, management control, all of these things. So my PhD was a qualitative PhD. Then I finished my PhD and I went back to Mexico to work again at Tech because I had to pay my scholarship for the PhD. And but I also missed the quant part and the numbers. So I did well, I actually did two or started. I did like 1.5 postdocs, one in the US at the University of San Antonio, of Texas at San Antonio, and another one later at the University of Pavia. But this one I didn't finish because I got the offer to work at JIPS and then I moved to JIPS. And these two postdocs were in data analytics because I missed the quant part of all these things related to business. So all this story more or less tells you that I like accounting and I like finance. but maybe more accounting. And that I like both the qualitative aspects of this and the quantitative aspects of the topic. So I think that makes me, in a way, a good teacher for teaching research methods because I like both things, the numbers and I like the interpretation of things. So if you have any questions about this, we can discuss more how I ended up in there. And if you want to do a PhD or something, I will be very excited because usually nobody wants to do a PhD. So you can ask for suggestion or advice. But yeah, let me know if you have any other question. But basically, I wanted to tell you that my background includes both aspects of quant and qual, and I have a very specific focus on accounting. Right now, where I work at Gibbs, I have right now I have a lot of research time. Since I think it's like 80% research and only 20% teaching. And what I teach right now it's basically research methods and sustainability accounting, but I also teach management accounting, financial accounting. I have taught before, even finance, different things. But I think my core in teaching is research methods and management accounting and sustainability accounting too. And in terms of research, I do research about these things. Again, management accounting, sustainability, family business. Because of Gibbs, everyone in Gibbs is doing family business. And I also do research on education aspects of accounting. So we will discuss the study guide. I will do that in another video. I will jump that right now. It's important to discuss that. We will also discuss the assignment. It's important to know because we only have one assignment in this course. I will explain later. And I will also show you the canvas and I will show you where the important things are and all of these things. Uh, Regarding Canvas, try to not use the message thing on Canvas. I mean, you can use it, but it's sometimes it takes more time for me to get the email that you sent and a message. It's usually quicker if you send an email like normal email, but I mean maybe it will take like half an hour more because sometimes it takes time. I don't know why until I see it. But maybe direct email is usually quicker, but it's not the worst thing in the world to use Canvas for communication. Regarding rules, I think the most important rule is on plagiarism because that can be catastrophic. Like, I mean, I'm usually quite flexible if you cannot come to the lecture or if you need extra help, there is no issue. I'm actually very happy if you need more help, and I will be happy to help or if you have questions. But if you plagiarize or if you copy or if someone does your job for you that includes AI, that is a big issue because then it's a school regulation that jumps in. So there is really nothing I can do. So we can discuss a little bit that more throughout the lectures and everything. You will also learn about to avoid plagiarism in research. So we will talk about that. And it's also important about the rules that the workshops are mandatory. We have four types of, you will see when we discuss the calendar, four types of pedagogical approaches. The typical lecture, that's the first one. The second one is what I call the checkpoints, where I will give you feedback on the progress that you are doing on your assignment. The third pedagogical tool is called a lab, which is something that you do online at your own pace. But we have a deadline when you have to submit, but you do it whenever you want. You do it wherever you are as well. But we also have workshops. These two workshops you have to be present. Since I'm sick, probably the first one will be online. I'm not sure if the second one will be online too. Hopefully, I can be present. But the workshops are mandatory. You have to be present when we are doing them because it's when we will analyze the data and we will do things that it matters that we are present. So the workshops are the only mandatory thing that you have to be there. If for some reason you cannot attend, like if you get sick or sicker than I, like if you cannot attend even online, we find a way to solve the issue. But try to come because it is also helpful for you. If you come to the workshop and do your job there, you will advance a lot in the assignment, and I will be there to give you feedback. So it's very good investment to come to these two workshops. Attendance to the lectures are not mandatory as everything, but strongly suggested because you can also ask more questions. We also don't have many lectures, and I think the lectures are very neat. They are on point of what you need. On the other hand, you also have the pre-recorded lectures that you can come back to them, but use them more like that, more like try to come back to them. I strongly suggest that you come to the lectures, well, now online because I'm sick, but also the other ones that are also pre-recorded, watch them, they are important. Uh, but you have that as well, so use that as a second resource, but try to attend the live lectures either on Zoom if I'm still sick or in person if I recover. We also have this checkpoint thing that I told you about. I will explain later more how it works, but these are the formal tutoring sessions. But it's also possible to have more feedback if you need. You only let me know. I'm not teaching anything else right now, only this, so I have more time to meet you. Uh, we have many books and many articles, a lot. Well, this is research, so we have to read, but it's super important. It's not mandatory to read before or even after the lectures. There is not mandatory reading list. There is no reading quiz or anything like that. But these references will be useful for you when you write your report and also when you write your thesis. Like a lot of things that I will say in the lecture, in the workshops, all of this will require a reference to kind of support that statement. Like I am using this statistic or I am doing this method because it's important because of this, but you need to have the reference. You will find them here. In every lecture, you have which chapter is useful, and then you can just go and take a look. And you don't have even to read the whole chapter. You can just go and find exactly what you need in that chapter. Sometimes I also include some articles that are relevant for different methods. You will see in the lectures there are articles sometimes in there. And what you will have to read are the articles that you will need to find for your literature review of your assignment. But I will explain that later. You will find your own articles for the topic that you will study. I have here the books. So this, I think all the books are in the library, but this is the first one, the this blue book, the management and business research. This is the second book, not this one, orange book. It's the understanding research for business students. It looks like it's a forbidden book because it looks blurry. Then we have this other book. The third book, I don't have it with me. I left it in the office, but it's also in the library. This is the fourth book, gray, doing research in the business world. And this is the SPSS Survival Manual, orange book. This is the fifth book here. No, yeah, fifth book. So there are many books in there, but you don't have to read them. Just use them strategically for references. Maybe keep them close to you. I think you can find the digital version of most of them in the library. In your thesis, that can be also helpful, but not mandatory to read them. It's more like helpful for you. And finally, some improvements for the course. Last year, we received a lot of feedback. So we improved many things. I think I tried to summarize what we have done. We changed the topic of the assignment that you will do because I think feedback was that the previous topic was not that relevant. I will explain which was the other topic. I think this one is much better. So that is important. The teaching aspects are now much more relevant and focused because before we had more lectures and also the workshops were not connected to your assignment. Like some workshops were like before there was another teaching with me, and the other teacher used the workshop more like a lecture, like let's practice how to analyze, but not your own data, like random data. So students felt like they were doing things twice. So we remove that, and now when we do the workshop, it will be with the data that you will use in your assignment. So it will be very good investment on doing the workshop. Like you will do it, and then automatically you'll have the results. The same with the quant part. Like I will teach you how to do this, and automatically you will get the results that go to your assignment, so you don't have to do it again. I already mentioned less lectures, more workshops, more feedback as well. The same thing, the workshops are directly connected to your assignment. So everything that you will do in the workshops will be copy paste to your assignment. And of course, that reduces risk because I will make sure that whatever you are doing is correct. So at the very worst, you will pass. That is what I have in here. Like I will not let you move forward, or I will give you enough feedback so you can improve on time. So I think it will be impossible for you to fail if you follow my feedback right away. Like immediately you will get feedback to fix whatever is necessary, and it shouldn't be a problem to pass. And again, more feedback opportunities with the checkpoints. So you will submit like progress of your assignment, and I will give you feedback all the time. So in my experience, the groups that will fail, not fail, like they survive with I use this when I teach in the bachelor, and it has worked really well. I give feedback so you survive. The groups that still fail, it's because they just do not do the work. Like they do not submit the checkpoints, they do not submit the next chapter. So it's just they don't do it. Because otherwise I won't let you move forward. Like I will not tell you, yeah, good, and then I failed you at the end. No, I will tell you, no, this is wrong, fix it before you move forward. So it's very good. And the groups that are doing good, then they become excellent. Uh, so I think it's a very good pedagogical approach. I've used it in the bachelor research method course and it worked very well. So now I am adopting it here. So I think that's it for the first video. I also need to breathe deeper because of the and I'm feeling sick. So I will finish the video here, and the next video we will start maybe taking a look at Canvas, which is important.